Today we're talking about a fragrance from Fendi. So this fragrance itself is it's a very classic fragrance at this point. It was launched in 2010 and it was swiftly discontinued after, a couple or a few months of lackluster sales. They really never gave it the chance or the opportunity to really thrive and succeed itself. They launched the line, then they pulled it, and then they came out with some extreme versions, and then they pulled it, and then it's completely gone. You cannot get it anywhere at this point. But this is what the bottle looks like. It has the FF Fendi logo and it says FENDI Fendi on here. It's essentially just a glass bottle where they glued a Fendi plaque onto, and it's a hefty metal there. You do see that the lid itself does have the black lacquered finish with the Fendi logo on there, which is very synonymous for Fendi bags at the time. There's no logo at the top and there's nothing at the back. You can kind of see where it is hinged in there, the plaque itself. This bottle was manufactured and distributed by LVMH, and like I said, it really didn't get the chance to really thrive. And I think this fragrance did not become a success because when you first spray it on, it's actually not a love at first smell. You kind of have to let the fragrance die down and dry down to really become something special. It's going to be a powdery, spicy type of citrus fragrance itself with floral touches in it. Very well balanced, very well made. It's a little top heavy, so it's going to be a little bit heavy when it comes to the spices, the powdery, and the citrus elements itself. The floral kind of gets lost in this fragrance. It's kind of one of those things that it's like, where is it? You also kind of lose the woody elements in this fragrance itself, although you can tell it's there. It is kind of trying to come out and play, however, it doesn't get any screen time. The perfumers for this one was a collaboration between François Dimachi, which was the in-house perfumer for Dior, as well as Delphine Leo Krujag. I cannot pronounce that name, I'm sorry. I probably butchered the crap out of that name. But Francis Dimachi was a perfumer for this fragrance, and I don't really think it was one of his, more brighter creations. The top notes for this are going to be black currant, tangerine, and pear. That pear is what you really get at the top here with the touch of tangerine. Like I said, this fragrance seems to be a little bit top heavy. Then your heart notes are going to be tuberose, jasmine, and rose. Again, those are probably the elements that get lost the most in this fragrance. You know they're there. You can smell them very slightly. You can smell more of the pear and the tangerine up top because it stays kind of top heavy. And then you kind of don't get that dry down where you get a really nice whiff of the middle notes, which are the heart notes. You kind of just dry down directly into the base notes, which the base notes are going to be patchouli and leather. So you get a leathery element here. I don't think that the pear and the leather in this fragrance are working together. They're both kind of trying to be stars of the show. And with that being said, that's what makes this fragrance a little unlikable. I'm not saying that it's a bad fragrance. The fragrance smells good to me. However, I can see why it was not a consumer mass market or a love at first sniff by a lot of people, because it is a little harder to wear. It's a little harder to really find, the audience that's looking for this, because it's kind of an in-between type of fragrance. It's like at the time they could get something like Opium, Coco Mademoiselle, J'adore, which were very lightweight type of fragrances at that time. And this one itself is kind of like, I want to be spicy, but I want to be fresh, but I want to be floral. And because they kind of tried to cover all markets, they really ended up missing the ball on all of it. Due to that, I feel that's the reason why we do not have this fragrance anymore. The bottle itself is not bad. Like I said, I think they could have done a little bit better itself. That little Fendi plaque is very beautiful. The FF logo, it's a little loud, a little bold itself, but if you like the Fendi logo, then definitely I would say that this is a good one for you. There are some bottles still available on discounter websites, and I've also seen them very much available online. I will say that at this point, the fragrance is 13 years old, and if you're going to get one of the older batches, which was manufactured in early 2011, you're probably going to get a very old fragrance at this point. It doesn't change very much. I feel like this fragrance kind of smells very much similar to what it smelled like back in 2010. So yeah, what do you guys think of this fragrance? Have you tried it? Have you worn it? What do you think of Fan de Fendi, which is essentially a fan of Fendi? Do you like it? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Let me know all of that down below in the comment section. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fragrance related content. And I hope to see you on the next video.